Salisbury and York. So, Ricky, what did you notice in the first half from either team?
Well, it started out with a lot of sloppy play, it seemed. But, York, they came to play. They came playing the way we thought they might. And, they've brought the pressure on defense. Their offense has been making their shots, and they've caught Salisbury off guard. Looking at the stats, Anna Hackett has only 5 points going into halftime. You don't normally see that out of, one of the best players in the CAC and the nation at that. So Sarah Sipe leading this team right now with 11 points, but also Salisbury 5 for 15 with their three-point shooting, 12 for 36 from the field, just not the numbers we're used to seeing from the Seagulls.
Yeah, speaking of how York came to play, they're shooting over 50%, 51.7% in the first half. They really did 15 of 29 shooting. They made 3 of 8 three-pointers, so really they are playing great here, and they're going to try and keep it going in the second half.
And, we said it, Travis. Salisbury's a second-half team. Just when they played York in just their last game, they went into halftime down. So, obviously, the stakes are bigger. The winner goes on to the CAC championship game that will be played. If Salisbury wins here, if York wins, they'll go on the road to face the winner of the Mary Washington and Marymount game that's just about to start. But, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting 20 minutes.
Yeah, I noticed just throughout the first half, noticed the crowd, it is starting to fill up bigger and bigger as the minutes go by. So Salisbury is going to have an enormous home court advantage in the second half. So that might play a factor in the final few minutes.
And they really hope so. We said it earlier, 11-0 at home. Salisbury, they don't normally lose when they're playing here in Nags. And like we just said, they know what's on the line. Season possibly over after this. They could get that bid into the NCAA tournament, but obviously they'd like the automatic one, winning the CAC championship game. But first, obviously, they have to take care of business here.
Yeah, you can never be too certain if you're going to get an at-large bid into the tournament. You always want to win the conference and just know that you're safe.
Just what a dark horse York has been. Here they came in here barely making the tournament. They beat CNU. They have the number 1 team in the conference, number 18 in the nation, down right now at halftime. They could have a lot of momentum if they can just hold on for another 20 minutes, go into that CAC championship game. Who knows? They won it last year. They could very well win it again this year.
I've been here. I've seen Salisbury trail at halftime several times. They always pick it up. They always have a much better second half, so hopefully they can do that again as the second half is about to start. And York will start with the ball. Crowd already a factor, being really loud. It's Golek with it. Gives it up to Biskey. Golek tries to drive it inside. We'll pass it back to Biskey. Biskey around to Wagner. Inside to Wassel. Nice passing by York, and a foul is called on Salisbury.
And, Wassel actually went to the ground. She was down on the ground, got back up. She was open, which is why she got the ball. But, doesn't make the shot, but still gets the foul and now has a chance to get some points on the board.
So Wassel will be at the line to shoot 2. First one is good. In the first half, only 2 free throws taken by both teams, both by York. They were 1 of 2. And the second one from Wassel will be no good, so 1 out of 2 once again, and the defensive rebound goes to Salisbury. Hackett's going to dribble it up the court. Gives it up to McManus. Back over to Hackett. Hackett with it inside to Mozniak. Back outside to Hackett. She puts up the shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped away, but taken by Katie Wagner of York.
Also, what a job by this York defense, taking Anna Hackett out of the game. We already said it, only 5 points in the first half, really relying on Sarah Sipe, but Anna Hackett really has not been a factor in this game.
Biskey with it, passes it over to Golek. Inside and back out, working it around quite nicely. Some good passing from York early in the second half. The 3 is taken by Golek, can't get it to go. Defensive rebound goes to Melanie Mozniak.
Didn't get the 3, but like you said, the passing is getting better. Definitely something, they needed to work on, and got a speech at halftime telling them, get this passing down.
Yeah. So works inside to McLaughlin, back out. Sipe with it. Inside to McLaughlin. Shot put up by Mozniak is good. I just want to mention something real quick. Our broadcast technician, Matt Forney, mentioned how before the game started, Sarah Sipe wasn't wearing a headband, but she came out for the second half and is wearing one.
Really hoping that's good luck.
Yeah, you never know. And she gets a steal right there.
Oh.
Hackett loses it for a second, but Sipe is there to take it.
You know, along with the defense taking Hackett out, she seems like she's a bit nervous for this game as well.
Shot from Hackett. Hit nothing. Crowd and Coach Lewandowski trying to say that that was tipped off of York. Ref's not going for it, and York will get the ball.
Yeah, wouldn't a bit surprised if that had been tipped. You don't normally see those air balls coming from Hackett, but, I mean, who knows, might just got less power than she wanted under that shot.
So it's going to be Brianna Biskey with it. She's going to pass it over to Wagner. Wagner back out to Biskey. Works it around inside to Wassel. Outside to Golick. Almost loses it. Regains it. Now it's Biskey. They have 3 seconds to shoot. Kicks it out. 3 from Wagner off the front end of the rim. And the rebound goes to McManus.
Just barely missed that one. But again, you know, they're pressured to take the shot because they're taking so much time off of that shot clock.
So Sipe with it, passes it over to Hackett, back to Sipe. Sipe puts up the 3. Can't get it to go, a little bit too strong, and the rebound is to Morgan Golick. So now York will dribble it up. It's going to be Wassel with it. Passes it over to Biskey. Biskey over to Wagner. Back to Biskey. Almost there for the steal was Sipe. Biskey takes a 3. She was wide open. Can't get it to go, and it will go out of bounds. Last touched off of Melanie Mosniak. It will stay with York.
Again, Salisbury getting a lucky break there. It looked like miscommunication as Biskey was left wide open. Sipe ran over, getting some pressure to, you know, help miss the shot, but still York holding on to it here.
Looking for someone to inbounds it is Biskey. Finally passes it. Intercepted by Hackett. And a nice no-look pass to Lauren Rothfeld. And she gets the layup, and it's a 2-point game now.
There you go. Hackett relying in one of her younger teammates, the sophomore Lauren Rothfeld, to, you know, get the job done. And again, Salisbury now only down a bucket.
So now Biskey with it. Looking for someone to pass it to, is being guarded heavily by Rothfeld. Pass is tipped and taken away. That was number 30, Julia McLaughlin. And now McManus dribbles it up the court for the Seagulls.
I think we've already said it, but McLaughlin, you know, another piece to the Salisbury team, good on offense and defense.
And McLaughlin was right there to get the shot. Couldn't get it to go. It rimmed in and out. Offensive rebound to Mosniak. And Salisbury opens the second half on a 6-2 run. And they've tied the game up at 35. And a timeout is called by York.
Never sleep on the Seagulls. We were saying it in the first half. You know, York, they needed to get a lead going into the half, but it had to be a big lead. It couldn't be just a few points because Salisbury, like we said, half team, they've come out here, the momentum back on their side. Like you said, more people here in the crowd now, you know, using that home court advantage to Salisbury's benefit. And like you said, tied up now at 35, about 4 minutes played in the second half.
Yeah, you know, it's not good enough just to have the lead at halftime. You also need to show up and start the second half strong, just the way that they played the first half. But Salisbury has clearly been the better team in the second half.
And, you know, that's been one of York's problems this season. When I was doing my research going back, you know, York, they were in a lot of their games that they lost, but, you know, they just couldn't finish. We said it. Coming into this game, you know, 12-4 record, 7-11 in the CAC. You have got to play, you know, all 40 minutes in any basketball game, especially when it's in a conference like the Capital Athletic Conference, where the competition is very tough.
Yeah, if you look at York's recent results, their last 3 losses are all 2 points, and 6 points. So they're hanging strong in these games. So now it's going to be Julianne Lambert. Passes it up to Wagner. She gives it back to Lambert. Lambert tries to get inside, kicks it out to Wagner. Back to Lambert. 10 seconds to shoot. Passes it over to Ruse. Ruse drives it inside, and the layup will go, and York will get the lead back.
Despite letting up that basket, the Salisbury defense does look a lot tighter. You know, they're moving faster. They're getting the hand in the face. Even though they let up the basket, they're looking better than they did in the first half.
Yeah, notice they're playing stronger defense. So Mosniak with it, puts up the shot, and it will roll around the rim and go into the net, and it's tied up at 37. Lambert with it, passes it inside to Wassel. And Wassel gets it to fall.
Again, Wassel using her height to her advantage. 6'1", tallest one on this team, gets her hands up, put a high pass up there. She's going to get that, especially going against these shorter Salisbury players.
Hackett with it. Gets it inside to McLaughlin, loses it for a second, but gets it back. Now Mozniak. Mozniak dribbles around a couple of defenders, gets the shot up, and is fouled. And she will go to the free throw line.
And you have to look back to, the ball was on the ground. McLaughlin was fighting for it. Good awareness by the junior to get that pass off to Rothfeld. Gives it to Mozniak and now sends her to the line.
First free throws from Salisbury in the game. First one is no good, a little bit too strong. A couple of substitutions coming back into the game for York is Sam Mozniak. Second one from Melanie Mozniak is no good. She can't get either of them in the fall. And the rebound goes to York. That was number 22, Kaylee Knight.
A little surprising there from Mozniak. She's shooting about 75% of her shots go in when shooting from the foul line. So not the normal from the senior there.
And York couldn't get a layup to go. The rebound went to Courtney McManus. So now Hackett dribbling around the perimeter, gives it up to Rothfeld. Over to McManus. McManus puts it up from 3. That can't go. Defensive rebound to Sam Ruse. And a foul is called on Lauren Rothfeld. So Julianne Lambert dribbles it up for York. Passes it over to Sam Mozniak. And a foul is going to be called on Salisbury. That is number 30, Julia McLaughlin. It's already the third team foul of the half for Salisbury. 6 minutes in, 3 team fouls is all they had in the entire first half.
Yeah, they're playing physical, but you don't want to be too physical, which is what is happening right now in the second half.
And an off-ball foul before the inbound is going to be called on York. Refs discussing who it's on. And it's on number 5, Jess Selby.
In the semifinal, game in the conference, when you're only up 2, you cannot make those mistakes, Travis.
Yeah, you gotta at least give the inbounder a chance to get it in. So now McLaughlin, being pressured, gives it up to Rothfeld. Rothfeld kicks it out to McManus. McManus around to Mozniak. Mozniak puts up the shot. It does not fall, and her sister Sam gets the rebound.
And it looks like York is trying to make Salisbury, take those long 2s, take those 3s.
3. Speaking of 3s, 3 put up by Jess Selby, and it falls, and York has a 5-point lead.
And Selby, she's been making almost all her 3s tonight. But, York knows that Salisbury has been struggling, getting the 3s tonight. So by making them take them, it's going to help York get the defensive rebound and then take over on offense.
So now Rothfeld with it, passes it over to Hackett. And a foul is going to be called on Selby. Kathy Albornoz checks into the game for the first time this half for the Seagulls. Inbound pass goes to Rothfeld. Over to Hackett. Hackett drives it inside and gets the foul called again. That foul is going to be on Julianne Lambert. So once again, it's Rothfeld, gives it up to Hackett inside to McLaughlin, and it's a 3-point game once again.
McLaughlin with those jumpers, my goodness, looks like Tim Duncan out there almost. She can make those shots in her sweet spot.
Works around wide open. That was Selby. Can't get it to fall. And Salisbury takes it over. McManus passes it over to Hackett. Now Rothfeld. Back to Hackett. McManus. Hackett thought about taking a shot, drives it in, and is fouled.
Hackett's doing a great job, drawing the foul, but, it's just very frustrating, I'm sure, for her. You see the lane there, and then it closes up so quickly by these York players. Luckily, though, she's going to get a chance with the foul shots.
So there's 2 foul shots coming up. The first one is good. Sipe checks back into the game. She replaces McManus. Second foul shot from Anna Hackett coming up shortly. And the second one from Hackett can't go. And the rebound goes to Morgan Golek. So a 2-point game now, York in the lead. Julianne Lambert dribbles it up the court, passes it over to Sam Mosniak, finds Lambert.
This is where the defense is really going to have to step up.
Half the shot clock already taken up. The 3 is taken, does not hit a thing, hits off of the bottom of the backboard, and a fight for the rebound is won by Salisbury. And Sipe is going to take it herself, and she's going to get called for the charge and an offensive foul.
And, you know, I understood what Sipe was trying to do, but, you know, in a case like this, I would have waited for, you know, the rest of the team to catch up. You know, call a play, you know, let everybody spread out and go from there.
So now Lambert with it for the Spartans. Passes it over to Selby. Selby was open for a second, and she's going to get the foul on McLaughlin. Second foul on McLaughlin, 5th team foul of the half. Inbounds pass is going to go to Golek. Passes it right back to Lambert. Lambert drives it in, kicks it out. And now that was Selby. Selby puts it up off the rim and falls in, and it's a 4-point lead once again for the Spartans.
And again, Salisbury can go down and score all they want on offense, but if their defense can't step up, you know, get some steals here, have a mistake like that, luckily Hackett gets it.
Yeah, bad pass from Rothfeld, but Hackett was there to keep the possession with Salisbury. Shot clock did not reset because York didn't take over possession, so they have 10 seconds to shoot, and Sipe will go down hard, but she draws the foul.
And we've said it before, Sarah Sipe not afraid to literally put her body on the line to, you know, try and get the ball. She dives, whether it be on the court or into the stands, whatever she can do to help her team out.
And now Sipe is going to give it up to Hackett off the inbounds. Over to Rothfeld. Hackett puts up the 3, and that hits off the back of the rim, but an offensive rebound to Sipe, and she's going to give it back up to Hackett. Hackett thinks about driving it in, gives it up to Sipe. Back to Hackett. Hackett puts up the 3, and that one will fall, and it's a 1-point game.
I said it earlier, York wants Salisbury to take those threes because they haven't really worked out tonight. However, with players like Hackett and Sipe, they'll end up coming eventually.
And Julianne Lambert tries to pass it, went right to Lauren Rothfeld, and Salisbury has a chance to take the lead for the first time since the early parts of the game. Hackett with it. Passes it over to Rothfeld. Tried to get it inside to Hobbs. It was tipped and taken away by York.
Salisbury has got to understand, height-wise, they are outmatched. This York team is taller than them. If they're going to do high passes, York is going to come away with the ball 9 times out of 10.
And on the other end, Lambert has her pass taken away by Sipe, gives it up to Hackett, and Salisbury takes the lead back. It's 45-44, and York is going to call a timeout.
Look at that. Fans are on their feet. The momentum back on Salisbury's side. And like you said, York now needs to, you know, get back together with that timeout, regroup.
Yeah, so what do you think Coach Whitman is telling York in this timeout?
Well, you know, I mean, they need – excuse me. We said it when they came into the second half. It looked like the passing had tightened up. Recently, though, it seems like, you know, some sloppy play. Just when they were their last offensive possession, it was a pass right to Lauren Rothfeld, which, you know, allowed Salisbury to come down the court and retake the lead. They have got to get better with their passing. The communication has really got to get better. You know, we've seen a pass to a player that's nowhere near the ball and, you know, some fouling, too, by the team. So the communication has got to get better, you know, tighten up the defense and offense. And, you know, just keep doing what you've been doing. You've kept Salisbury on their toes. Just finish out. You only have 10 minutes left.
Let's see how Salisbury handles having the lead. They haven't had the lead since the early stages of the first half. So let's see how they can handle this now.
Salisbury, you know, famous for going on long runs. York has got to put a stop to that very quick.
And a wide open 3 from Biskey. Too strong. And their offensive rebound will go to York. That was just Selby with it. Just going to pass it back out to Biskey. Biskey passes it over to Ruse. Ruse drives it inside, passes it out. Selby a wide open three, gets it to fall, and York has the lead back.
Do not let Jess Selby take shots from beyond the arc. She is almost perfect so far today taking those shots, and really a big reason York has the lead that they do, and they're in this game.
Hackett takes a three. A little bit too strong. Offensive rebound, though, to Alicia Hobbs. Passes it back to Hackett, and she can't get the layup to go. Hackett came out of nowhere to take that pass.
That was a powerful pass, too. You could see it from up here. A little surprised Hackett held on, but great strength by the senior.
It looks like that last shot from Selby was only a two-pointer. Foot was on the line, apparently, so it's 46-45. And a foul is called on the Seagulls. So now Ruse will go to the line to shoot two. First one from Ruse is no good.
Travis, I say it almost every game, your foul shots are, so important. A lot like the rebounds, because in close games, much like it looks like this one's shaping out to be, the foul shots are going to make or break you. If you miss them, you're going to lose. If you make them, you'll go on and win.
And you see this in all stages of basketball. It doesn't matter, Division I, Division III, NBA, high school. If you can't make your foul shots, you're not going to close the game out, and she couldn't get either of them. Misses the second one as well. And the rebound to Salisbury. So Hackett with it. Passes it over to Sipe. Back to Hackett. Hackett puts up the three and can't get it to go. Rebound to York. And Biskey's going to drill it up the court. Ruse back to Biskey. Wagner all the way across court to Ruse. Can't handle the pass at first, but gets it back. And the pass was tipped from Sipe, but she maintains possession. Now it's Selby with it. They have 8 seconds to shoot. Selby with a nice pass to Wassel. Wassel can't get it to go, and the rebound is to McLaughlin. So now Sipe dribbles it up the court.
Another lucky break there for Salisbury. When you have Wassel almost by herself, she's going to make that shot almost every time.
And the pass trying to get it to Hackett is taken away. And a block from Julia McLaughlin. The shot taken by Katie Wagner. Blocked by McLaughlin. Crowd liked that. And Mozniak will check back into the game, replacing McLaughlin. So Ruse with it, wide open three. Once again, that's Biskey, and she makes them pay, and it's back to a 4-point lead for the Spartans.
Salisbury shuts down Selby. York does, a great job going to the next man up, going to Brianna Biskey, and she gets it done there.
Sipe passes it inside to Mozniak. Mozniak puts the shot up, can't get it to go. Now Bornos almost gets the rebound, but a defensive rebound. And York's going to have possession. Gives it up to Jess Selby, back to Biskey. Biskey over to Ruse. Ruse will put up the shot, gets it to go, and gets the foul called, and she'll have a shot at an and one.
And Travis here, still a lot of time, obviously, 7.5 minutes, but, this is where games are won, and right now York is taking advantage as another timeout has to be taken.
Yeah, it's a smart timeout. York is starting to play well again. Starting to extend their lead. It's back up to 6 with a chance to make it 7.
And at this point, York knows they're in this game with 7.5 left to play. They control the game. If they can just hold on, they're going to the CAC championship for another year. So, the momentum really has to be on their side right now. Salisbury, they're very close to seeing this magical season come to an end.
Yeah, Salisbury was doing a good job first part of the second half. They got the lead back, but York turned on the Jets again. So now it's going to take another comeback from the Seagulls. It's a full timeout called.
And I'm a little biased, Travis, obviously, but if I had to put money on any team in Division III to make a comeback, I'd put it on Salisbury. Just seeing it time after time, not only this season, but, in past seasons. This team has played together for so long. The chemistry is great there. And, they know how to do it. They know how to show up in the big games and come back and win it.
You know, I mentioned earlier, it's a much more physically played second half. Now, 17 foul on Salisbury, 5 on York. There were only 6 combined fouls in the first half. So now Sam Ruse has the chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. And she gets it to fall, so now a 7-point lead is opened up for York.
And now I say York's defense has got to step up. You know, keep shutting down Hackett. Get to Sipe and don't let her take those shots either.
And Sipe passes it inside to Mozniak, back to Sipe, kicks it out to Hackett. Hackett puts up the 3, gets it to go, and it's a 4-point game. It's going to be Brianna Biskey dribbling it up the court for York, trying to set up the offense, be guarded by Sipe. Sipe got a hand on it, but Biskey retains possession. Ruse with it, passes all the way across court to Wagner. Biskey over to Selby. Selby looks for someone to pass it to. They have 8 seconds to shoot. Selby gets it deflected by Rothfeld and taken away by Salisbury.
Protecting the ball is perhaps the most important thing York can do right now, obviously, and I mean, not doing it at least since that timeout.
So now Rothfeld dribbles it inside, gets her shot blocked, saves it from going out of bounds. Out to Hackett. Rothfeld puts up the 3, and it falls, and it's a 1-point game.
And Travis, going back to when she went to save that ball, she didn't just pass it in a few feet so somebody could pick it off. She saw Hackett. The awareness by the sophomore is what, you know, made that play happen.
Yeah, I really don't think she had to save it from going out of bounds because it was tipped, but, you know, a good play anyway. And York will get the bucket on the other end to bring their lead back up to 3.
Oh, dangerous pass there.
Almost taken away by Selby. Pass inside to Albornoz, back out to Sipe. Sipe dribbles it in to Albornoz. Albornoz gets the shot, can't get it to go, but she's fouled and will shoot 2.
And again, we're going back to the foul shots. Kathy Albornoz, you know, mainly a defensive player. We see a lot of her stats show up, you know, on defense, but she can definitely make those shots when she needs to.
First one from her is good. 54-52 now. Some substitutions being made for York. That's Morgan Golick replacing Katie Wagner. Second one from Kathy Albornoz coming up. Can't get it to go, and the rebound goes to York. That's Sam Ruse on the rebound. Biskey passes it over to Selby. Back to Biskey, around to Ruse. Working around the perimeter, Biskey dribbles it inside. And her pass to Selby is going to go out of bounds. And a turnover gives it back to the Seagulls. And they have a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. Hackett's going to dribble it up the court. Gives it up to Rothfeld, around to Sipe. Hackett. Inside to Mozniak, back out to Hackett, to Sipe. Sipe puts up the 3, off the front of the rim, can't get it to go. Nicely job, saved by McLaughlin. And the shot from Sarah Sipe ties the game up at 54.
Again, going back to the awareness and the chemistry that this team has developed, it's amazing, and like that, ties it up.
The shot from Ruse is tipped a little bit and taken away by Salisbury. Sarah Sipe has been playing outstanding in the second half. She does not want to see this season come to an end. She does not want this to be her last home game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, senior, so if they can't get this one done, it'll be the last time probably that they play here in Max.
McLaughlin puts up the shot, no good, rebounded by Mozniak, gets it to go, and Salisbury has the lead back with 4:20 to go.
Melody Mozniak, the unsung hero in so many games this year throughout her career, is again having a great performance here tonight.
The 3 taken by Golek, no good. And a foul is going to be called. So it'll be a 1-and-1 coming up for Sam Ruse.
Again, this shot, or these shots possibly very, very important.
She makes the first one, and the ref is going to call a lane violation on either Rothfeld or Wassel. They're deciding which one. And it's Rothfeld's going to get called to the foul. It's going to be a technical.
Wow.
So the first free throw was good from Ruse. Now she's going to have one all by herself. The ref's explaining it to Coach Lewandowski what happened. I did notice before the shot was attempted, Rothfeld was being a little aggressive.
And I thought the call was going to be, like you said, lane violation, possibly jumping there early, but apparently not, apparently getting too physical.
Crowd being loud, and Ruse will make the technical free throw. Ties the game up at 56. And now Wassel will take a third free throw for York. This one is coming from the foul on Rothfeld. A chance for York to take the lead now. And she gets it to fall. So, like you said, free throw's big. They make 3 out of 3. And now they have another one coming up on Wassel.
And with just over 4 minutes, who knows what that could do to the outcome of this game, just that one mistake by Rothfeld.
And 4 free throws made, all in one line. And then York goes from down 2 to up 2. 4 minutes to go. Hackett thinks about passing it to Sipe instead. Gives it up to Mozniak, back to Hackett. Hackett puts up the 3. It was a deep 2, but that ties the game up at 58.
Again, Anna Hackett's play these next few minutes is going to decide how this game ends.
And that ball was tipped by McLaughlin and last touched by a York player, and Salisbury will take over with 3:46 to go. Hackett dribbles it up the court. Gives it up to Sipe. Sipe over to Mozniak. Mozniak puts up the shot, rims around the rim for a little bit, and goes in, and Salisbury has a 2-point lead now. Dribbling it up the court is Biskey. Gives it up to Golick. Back to Biskey. Around to Ruse. Biskey wide open, takes the 3. Wow. Can't make Salisbury pay, and the rebound goes to Hackett.
2-on-1 here.
Tried to give it up to Sipe, but a kickball is going to be called on York. And Salisbury is going to keep the ball, and a timeout is going to be called by York. 3:10 to go. Salisbury with a 2-point lead. This gym is getting really loud.
I mean, would you expect anything else from the semifinal matchup in the CAC tournament? Salisbury right now, I don't know if it's in the back of their mind. Obviously, they're focused on this game. But looking back to last year when they were taken out by Christopher Newport in the semifinal round, once again, they lost by 1 point, 73-72, in a very close game. Obviously, they don't want something like that to happen here tonight. It's going to be a close ending, but obviously this time Salisbury wants to be on the winning end.
It's technically only February 26th, but it really feels like this is a March basketball game.
Oh, absolutely. This game right here is more exciting than some of the games you see sometimes in March.
So after the timeout, it will be Salisbury ball up by 2.
And if Salisbury can hold on and York goes on to lose this, I mean, just the frustration, can you imagine that York's going to have on that bus ride home? They had this game, and it was just so many mistakes and, turning the ball over that has really hurt them and kept Salisbury in it this so far.
Yeah, they really are doing a great job staying in this game. It's just some of the small mistakes that are the reason Salisbury's in the lead right now. So the inbounds pass is going to be from McManus. Sipe gives it up to Hackett. Back to Sipe. Sipe trying to set up the offense. 3 minutes to go now. Hackett gives it up to McManus, around to Sipe. Sipe puts up the 3, gets it blocked. Tried to draw a foul. And now Biskey's going to dribble it up for York. Biskey passes it over to Selby. Selby all the way across court to Golek. Golek inside to Ruse. Around. Selby, wide open three. Can't get that one to go. Salisbury looks out.
Again, it's better to be lucky than good, but how do you leave Selby wide open? Wow.
And Anna Hackett takes it all by herself, gets the layup to go, and gets the foul call, so it's a 4-point game with a chance to make it a 5-point game.
We haven't seen too many drives like that, too many open lanes here tonight, but York's defense trips up. Hackett makes them pay there.
So Hackett with a chance for the 3-point play to make this a 5-point game. Gets it to go, and it's 63-58 with 2.5 to go.
And now the Spartans are definitely feeling the pressure.
Yeah, they have to score on this possession. It's going to be Shea Wassel with it, passes it over to Golek. Golek dribbles it around, and it's going to get the foul called. That one is on McLaughlin.
And, I was just about to say, even though York has it, just do not foul. You cannot foul allowing them to go to the line, and Salisbury does that right here. Galette going to the line. She's been doing pretty well so far today.
Golek misses the first. It was a 10th foul on Salisbury, so they're in the double bonus now. Second one from Golek is good, and the lead's down to 4 for the Seagulls. Hackett's going to dribble it up.
Be interesting to see if, Salisbury tries to take some time off the clock. 4 points, not a big lead, but, take some of that time down.
Yeah, you still want to get a bucket on this possession, but you can waste the time down a little bit. Sipe dribbles it in, gets the layup to go, weaves in and out of the defense, and it's a 6-point lead with under 2 minutes to go.
What a shot, too, by Hackett. So easily could have been blocked, but she's able to get it up past her knees and in.
And a traveling violation called on Shea Wassel. And Salisbury takes over.
And you're feeling it now, definitely. We'll see if they resort to the fouling game here soon enough.
They were going full court press on that one. They got it across the line. Sipe with it. Gives it up to Hackett. Hackett over to McManus. Back to Hackett. Hackett dribbles it inside. Out to McManus. 8 seconds to shoot. McManus puts up the three. Gets it to go. And Salisbury's lead is now 9.
And that very well might have just done it there.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaking possession for York. Now they got to work fast. A deep three taken from Golek. Can't get it to go. Rebound goes to McLaughlin. Gives it up to Sipe, and now we're at a minute to go. Avoids the foul. And finally the foul is going to be called on York.
And I was about to say, I'm surprised they're not fouling yet, but under a minute, it's about time you need to do it with the lead that Salisbury has now.
Yeah, I think they were trying to foul. Sipe was just avoiding them. So now Sipe will shoot 1-1. And she gets the first one to fall, and it's a 10-point lead.
Biggest lead they've had tonight.
And they chose a good time to have it.
Absolutely.
Second one coming up from Sipe. Can't get it to go. Rebound defensively goes to Sam Ruse, and she's fouled immediately by Melanie Mosniak.
And Travis, I'm checking in on our other game. Again, the winner of this game will play the winner of the Marymount and Mary Washington game. Much like this one, very close. 8-8, obviously, tied up. So close game going on early.
So Ruse will have 2 free throws, gets the first one to go. 69-60 with 57.5 seconds to go.
And if Ruse does miss this shot, Salisbury has got to get the rebound.
Second one from Ruse also falls. 69-61 now. Timeout is called. 30-second timeout. So 57.5 seconds to go. Obviously, York is going to be fouling on this possession. It's going to take a lot for them to make up this 8-point deficit with such little time to go.
Absolutely, and if you're Salisbury, the 2 players you want to have, the ball going to, number 1, probably Hackett. Number 2, Sipe, 2 very good foul shot shooters. Hackett, just about 90% of her shots this season at the foul line have gone in. So York, it'll be interesting if Hackett does get the ball, if they go right to her to foul, or if they wait for her to pass it off, try and get some pressure there. But, I mean, it's going to be tough, regardless, for York to come back and get this.
So it's a quick 30-second timeout, and we'll get back to the action. McManus is going to inbounds the ball. Full court press from York, gives it up to Sipe. Sipe is going to almost avoids 2 fouls, avoids the foul from Selby, and Golek is going to get called for it. So Sipe's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. First one from Sipe is good. Back to a 9-point game.
Sarah Sipe, she's really been hit or miss this season with her foul shots, but here tonight, when it really matters, she has been amazing.
And she hits the second one as well, and it's back to a 10-point lead, and another timeout is called by York. So what do you think's the play call for York on this possession?
Again, it's got to be foul, or, the pressure. They're playing that, full court coverage. If they can bring some pressure, try and get a takeaway, obviously that'd be ideal, but it's going to be fouling, and like I said, you don't want it to be Hackett or Sipe. Unfortunately, it looks like Salisbury really is only going towards Hackett and Sipe. So for York, at this point, you just have to keep pressuring, hope to get a takeaway, and then hope that Salisbury misses their free throws, because down 10, less than a minute to go, things are not in your favor.
Do you think they have to hit a 3 on this possession?
Absolutely. I think at this point, get the ball to Jess Selby or Brianna Biskey.
Biskey's going to have it. Working fast. Dribbles it inside. Hackett lets her put the shot up, and she's going to get the rebound off of Biskey's miss. And Hackett will get fouled, and now double bonus. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Interesting they did, drive for the layup there. Travis, you and I were just talking about it. Will they take the 3? They've done pretty well with their 3s tonight, especially coming from Jess Selby. So a little surprising they didn't give her the ball and, have her go for it.
I was surprised as well. And the first free throw from Hackett is good. Now up to an 11-point lead with 45 seconds to go. And she gets the second one to fall as well. It's now 40 seconds to go. Biskey gives it up to Golek. Golek puts up the 3, airballs it, rebound to Sipe. 30 seconds to go. And
at this point, they know.
And York is not going to foul, I don't think. And Salisbury's going to dribble out the clock. McManus to Sipe. 20 seconds to go now. Passes it up to McLaughlin. So
they will have to take one shot.
Yeah, there are this 4-second differential, and there's the shot. And it's taken by Mozniak. And it's a 3-pointer, and it's good. So a 15-point lead for the Seagulls, and that looks like it's how it's going to end. 5 seconds to go. Selby with it, a really strong second-half effort from the Seagulls. Deep taken from Biskey, and that's how it's going to end. 76-61 Salisbury.
Wow, going to the CAC championship for the first time under Kelly Lewandowski. Salisbury just one game away from winning it all.
Yeah, it was a really strong second half from the Seagulls. So thank you for watching today. Be sure to join us for our next basketball webcast in roughly a half hour when the men take on the University of Mary Washington in their semifinal matchup. This has been a presentation of Salisbury University Athletics on the Seagull Sports Network. For broadcast technician Matthew Forney, camera operator Raven Johns, and my partner Ricky Pilot, I'm Travis Nadella. Have a great night. Good morning.